What's up, everybody? I'm the Mana Dork. I don't have a catchphrase, but what I do have is another standard deck for you. Today we've got 8 rares and 4 mythics total. Our starting point is Breaching Dragonstorm from the new set. It's an enchantment for 4 and a red. When it enters, we get to exile cards from the top of our library until we exile a non-land. We can then cast it without paying its mana cost if its mana value is 8 or less. If it's greater than 8, we put it in our hand. And then when a dragon we control enters, Breaching Dragonstorm can be returned to our hand. Not going to have any dragons to return it, but that's okay. We're just going to reveal cards until we hit one of 4 things. We're either going to get Trumpeting Carnosaur, which is going to discover, which will, exile a card, or exile cards until we hit something 5 or less, and then we can cast that. Etali, Primal Conqueror, which is going to exile from both players' library until we hit something we can cast. 4 copies of Quintorius Kand, who is going to drain the opponent for 2 when we cast something from exile. And we've got 4 Scrollshift, which is going to let us exile something and return it to play. So we've got one of 4 possible outcomes when we start with the Dragonstorm. We'll either hit a Carnosaur, which is going to let us work our way into either another Dragonstorm, a Quintorius, or a Scrollshift. And if we hit the Scrollshift, we'll blink the Carnosaur and try again. If we hit the Etali, we're going to hit one of these. So then we can Scrollshift the Etali. Long story short, we'll eventually get Quintorius into play. He'll discover for 4, his -3 ability. Find the Scrollshift, start the nonsense again, and we're just going to repeatedly play stuff from exile and drain the opponent for 2. That's not a lot of spells there. We've got 40 lands total because we cannot afford to miss any land drops, and we cannot afford to hit anything that's not these combo pieces when we discover or Dragonstorm or however else we go through. So we've got 8 plains, 8 mountains. We've got 4 each of Rugged Highlands, Wind-Scarred Crag, and Blossoming Sands to give us a little extra life along the way to, buy us some time through the first few turns because we're not doing anything until turn 5. We've also got 4 Branch of Vitu-Ghazi, which is going to act both as a land if we need it, and as a 2-2 to, again, block and buy us a turn or 2. 4 Demolition Field. 4 Pit of Offerings. And this is going to let us have some way to interact with the opponent's graveyard. But that's the deck. Alright, I'm going to go find an opponent. That'll give you a chance to find the like and subscribe. And I'll see you over there. Alright, we can keep this one. All we have to do is make it to turn 5 for the Dragonstorm, and we should be good. Let's see if they know what we're up to. See what they decide to pick. They take the Quintorius, so we dodged that bullet. The Dragonstorm is much more important. Make ourselves a Triome. They duress us again. Alright, let's see if we can draw into another combo piece. Bloodletter. Okay. There we go. Dragonstorm is going to find a Carnosaur. Into a Dragonstorm. Into a Dragonstorm. Into an Etali. Link one of these enchantments. Hit another Carnosaur. And we're not doing so good at hitting the Quintorius. I'm sure he's coming soon. And even if not, we're going to wind up with a sizable board that hopefully the opponent can't deal with. Opponent picks it up. All right, we can keep this one. Let's see what the opponent's got lined up for us. Dragon Sniper. Vigilance, Reach, and Death Touch. No blocks. Rhino Man. No attacks. Inspector, all right. And a Voice of Victory. Lock here. And then jump them out of the way. Get green because we're not going to use it anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Carnosaur. And a storm. To another storm. Etali. One of those, one of those. Cast everything.
I'm ready for another exciting expedition.
That much at least. Opponent gave up. We can try this one. Actually, I should have mulliganed. Because neither of these are the things we want to start out with as our first spell. And then we draw all the other spells. You with disguise. There's a Dracosaur. Is there any point to Quintorius? And he's gonna buy us a turn.
Tell your story.
They got the orb. No more token. No more Quintorius.
I'll just.
We got a Carnosaur. He will hopefully do all the things that Carnosaurs do.
You certainly aren't my dig site crew. Let's dig over here. You're about to be history.
They're looking at everything, trying to find a way to interrupt.
I'll be at the other.
They hit the Quintorius. So we'll just have to try and find another one. Or make an impressive enough board.
More scholar than fighter. But I won't back down.
Submit 0 dragons. 2 to them. Discover.
I wonder what I'll find at this site.
And we get there. Send that one back. Keep that one. Scrollshift at the bottom. So much action going on right now. Ghost Vacuum, sure thing, you got it. See if we can land a Quintorius. And he's just going to go into dude's mode. Excuse me. Quintorius. Well, if I knew you were out of counters, I would have played something else.
Certainly aren't my dig site crew.
We'll make a dude. pass it back. Patchwork Banner on Elemental. That's a new one. I don't think I've seen anybody do Elemental before. Get in for 3. Make another dude.
I require your expertise.
And we'll just continue this until they deal with what we've got going on. Or until they tap out for something. We can try the Dragonstorm then. That's a Biza. So do we try for the Etali or the Dragonstorm? Let's try for the Etali. If we were at 8 mana, I would Dragonstorm, because then we play around No More Lies. They Tidebind that. Send over some friends. Make a token.
Sorry to wake you.
I know, I just realized it too. Next turn we can double spell. If they counter the Dragonstorm, we can Scrollshift the Etali.
Watch the scrolls.
Right, they swing in at Quintorius. Map up the Tidebinder. Try and blink that. He 3-steps it, which is fine. Drop the Dragonstorm.
Our answers lie.
And begin the silliness. Exactly what we want. Lands and a Dragonstorm. Which means that not only can we cast the Dragonstorm, but none of our targets are stranded in our hand. Well, except for that one Quintorius. But other than that... What you doing, opponent? There we go. Prologue? All right. Now I can make all 5 colors. I'm going to cast a, I don't know, Child of Alara. Prologue again. Rat. We have the counter. Of course you do. I knew you had it in you. Augury. All right. Let's try for the Quintorius. See what else they come up with. If they can get those last 4 counters on us. If they're going to do enough spells right here to tap out, and maybe we can win. Nope, they got us. That's going to proliferate. Good job, opponent. Five lands in a Dragonstorm. We can run with this. Second copy of Dragonstorm. Nice to have a backup. Make a friend. Attack first. Land drop. Pass it back. Meringue. Draw 3, then discard. Now they undoubtedly have a counter spell at this point. Use Quint to bait it out, and if Quint does live, we get to start making tokens off them, but they do have the counter. Make a little land. And Attack in. Try for Quintorius again. Eat another counter. Let's come over for 2. Crag. Try this Dragonstorm. Well, they gained a life. That's going to screw up all the combat. Monument. In for 2. Get lost. Turn it face up. Lets us make 2 mana. See what we've got here. Is there another counter? Looks like a no. Quintorius. Discover 4.
Some mysteries beg to be solved. You're about to be history.
And opponent picks it up. We made it through the counters. And that's the deck. Ran reasonably well. We wound up with a 6-2 record while recording for this video. Now granted, we did not run into any sort of extremely aggressive deck, because I know we have no real game against those. I mean, our only outs to early creatures are going to be either discarding the Carnosaur or stepping in with a Branch of Vitu-Ghazi. Anything mid-range, though, we did well against. Anything control, we seemed to do fine. Discard gave us some issues. Toxic gave us some issues. But other than that, deck ran fine. Was it fun? The first couple times, it was a blast. But the more I played, the more the novelty of the combo wore off. So it's something that functions well, but wasn't satisfying emotionally. Other than the fact that I did get to unlock one of my achievements, the one for 20 non-combat damage in a single turn. So, there's that upside. So, long story short, competent deck, but doesn't spark joy, as they say. So if you're still here, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out and watch me play some games. Feel free to leave a comment if you like what you saw, or if there's anything you'd like to see me do differently. Don't forget to like the subscribe and button the smash, or whatever it is you do to show that you appreciate the video. Thanks again for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one.